So in this video, I'm going to show you a very specific finance strategy that's been going on YouTube right now that I don't think a lot of people are really talking about. So you've probably seen channels like this, but before I get into it, I just want to put out this disclaimer right there. I'm not saying you're going to make 10K a month from this strategy. I'm not saying you're going to make 5K a month or $1 million. So all these crazy amounts of money that people throw around. Like, for example, this channel that we started recently, it's only made 1.6K executing the strategy. And in the last 7 days, you can see 1.4K. So, but the interesting thing is, you can see that smart channels are like blowing up executing the strategy right now. So I'm going to show you how you can get started pointing in the right direction so you can potentially, hopefully, replicate something like this, which it's not like some crazy amount of money, but some passive income, at least to make your first $100 with YouTube automation. If you can make your first $100 from YouTube automation, you can probably scale from there. If you can make your $100, you can make 200, 500, 1,000, and you can pretty much scale from there. And the reason I'm talking about this strategy right now is because, as you can see, there's so many channels executing it right now. So whatever you think it is, it probably isn't. So I'm going to explain everything. If you ever make attention span, now I watched through the video, I'm going to explain this strategy that not that many people are really talking about. I thought it would be interesting to share in this video that some people will find this extremely useful. Hint, hint. Anyway, so let's go ahead and begin the video. So I made like a, I did a lot of, spent some time, made a reach and motherboard for y'all, so it covers the whole strategy. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. So, drop your cup of coffee, whatever you do have, and let's go through this YouTube strategy right now. All right, so what it is are finance faceless YouTube pieces, right? And they have incredibly high RPMs. We're talking like $8 to $10 RPMs. So for example, this video that we posted a few days ago hit 79K views that you could see right here, with a $9 RPM, and they ended up making 3 for the 6 years deep. So the RPMs of these niches are incredibly high, as you can imagine on a finance channel. So we got Nick and Verse here. That my channel is not on this list, but it's literally run in the exact same strategy, and I'm going to break it down in this video. So moving on. But that's not the only way we're monetizing this niche, okay? We're also monetizing with a digital product, which I'm gonna get into the video slightly later on. Now, so here are some examples of channels growing in this exact same strategy, making finance videos, the economics of owning an AirPod, etc. And what all these channels are having fun on, as you can see, is there are always some AI avatar that's explaining things. As you can already tell, it's very easy to bump out these videos that you're looking at right here. Nick and Verse, the same thing here. Alicia and Verse, as you can see. If I can hover over, you can see these are all AI generative. It's very easy to make these videos. So the RPM hops in $8 to $10 for 1,000 views, which means that for 10K views, you're looking at $80 to $100. For 100K views, you're looking at $800 to $1,000. If you can just hit 100K views in a month, which we have 30 videos to do that, I can just hit 100K views, that's $1,000. So even if you have mediocre videos, they will still pay you. Now, paycheck number 2 is that you're going to be selling an ebook. Now, I'm going to go into this slightly later in the video, but as you can see right here, she has buy me a coffee here. We forgot to make him first. Nick has a private community where it's like $49 a month with 1 members. So if you multiply 183 multiplied by 49, so every single month he's making 8.9K, basically 10K a month passively on this channel, just by making videos and attracting members to join his community. If we keep going, we're gonna find another channel that's wanting the exact same Gomera. So if we click this, as you can see, she's like selling whatever she's selling that's related to her audience right here, right? So you're not only monetizing with YouTube AdSense, because the reason it works, the reason you can also monetize with a digital product is because the audiences of the finance niche are so rich. Like, they have so much buying power that if you sell a $5 ebook, a lot of people will probably buy it, right? Because they have so much buying power. That's why the RPMs are so high. So if you either ever needed to sell something, you want to sell it to either the health niche, or the finance niche, as long as you're targeting the older demographic. Now, who watches this? Older US demographics, high intent, exactly, high RPMs. As you can see right here, the average American now spends blah, blah, blah. So you can see from these video ideas themselves, you know exactly who they're targeting. 7 Japanese money havers for a naturally slim body, targeting females here. Now, let's say you make a video and you get 10K views. Let's assume that 2% of that 10K views purchase your product. You can do the multiplication right here. Now, to be honest, it might be lower than that. Let's be conservative. I'll say something like 1%. So if you get 10K views, right? And just 1% of that, buy your $5 product, that's 500 USD, right? All passively from the 10K views that you would have also gotten AdSense payment on. That's why this strategy is so goated, right? So you don't have to limit yourself. So you can start this strategy now, even if you're not monetized yet. If you don't have a monetized account, let's say you're not monetized, you can start earning from a digital product. And I'm going to get into that in a second. Now, here's why this is wide open up. The format is absolutely popping off. Okay, so if we go to these channels, if we go to these kind of, Stickman or like AI animated, stories with images and stuff like that, you will understand that recently this has been getting a lot of views. So if you go to this channel called Axon right here, look at it. If you go to Axon, over, all these images are AI generated, as you can see. If you search on YouTube, Stickman ancient humans, so all these kind of drawings, like animated stories, are AI generated, and they've been doing insane recently, as you can see. But as you can see, there's also some slob channels that are not really doing well, which is why I'm going to go into how you can actually do proper ideation so you're not like those channels. But as you can see, even among small channels, BS format is popping off so much. But the mistake everyone's making is that they're all copying each other. No one's thinking of how to actually enter niches with high RPMs like this and apply the same thing. And the people that do that, like this guy, or Make Invest, or anyone else that understand how audiences work and how to properly monetize it, which is why I wouldn't be getting into that. Now, finance RPM is extremely high, has stayed high for years. And the most important thing, why you should probably not sleep on this strategy right now, is that it's fully automatable with Claude AI. So with Claude AI, you can not only make the video ideas, right? But you can carve out your own niche. You can find your own evergreen niche where you can sell a product in. So you can find your specific niche, whether it's health, and it's going to give you specific video ideas that hasn't been done on YouTube before. Maybe it's been done on YouTube, but like in a way where you're in a blue ocean, right? A blue ocean is basically in a niche with less competitors. So if you have less competitors in a specific finance topic or specific health area for a specific demographic, for example, if you're in that blue ocean niche that's targeting a very specific individual, you basically have zero competition and you can like keep posting videos and then funnel that attention to whatever you're selling, right? Could be an ebook, could be a fitness program. It could be how to invest, whatever it is. As long as it's cheap, remember $5, these people, they'll probably just throw like you can impulse purchase on a $5 product, right? So I'm going there into how to do that. That's why all these cookies is why I'm making this video right now, because it's never outlined like this before. Now, the problem is if you copy everyone else, you're going to fail, okay? Like I just said, let me give you an example, okay? So let me actually give you this example, what you don't want to do with this strategy, okay? So let's say you come over to this channel that as you can see, started just a month ago. They've had 1.6 million views, 800K views, 600K views. They've made over 20K from this channel in a month, right? If you go ahead and copy that and you go to channelrecipe.com, so channelrecipe.com is where you can grab the channel beta. It's completely free. This feature is completely free. So let's say you paste it, right? And you grab the data for like 20 videos, because this is a copycat method. I'm trying to show you what you don't want to do, and I'm going to show you why in a second. So pay attention, as if you make this one mistake, it's probably not going to work, right? So let's wait for this to grab the data. Okay, now that we've gotten the data, all it is basically all the video data, and then in addition, it also finds the transcripts and stuff like that. If we take that and come over to Claude, paste this here, and then we say something like, hey, Claude, I want to replicate this viral format. As you can see, the video style popping up recently. I want you to give me ideas. I will also pop off so I can get my channel monetized this week. This is what you guys do. So let's get some ideas, and let me show you why that is terrible. Already awesome. As you can see, it's not done analyzing. So let's see some ideas that it's given us. How did humans invent guns? How did humans invent war? So now that you're looking at this idea, you're like, okay, that looks pretty good. I might actually do that. But if you search on YouTube and enter, scroll down a little bit. No way. Someone's already done the idea in the exact same style 1 month ago, right? Oh, no way. Another guy has already done it 2 days ago. Only 3 views. Wow. No way. Scroll again. 2 weeks ago, only 29 views. Wow. Scroll again. 1 month ago, 1K. 1 month ago, 2.5K. Oh, look again in the same style 3 weeks ago. All right. Boom. 9 days ago, 0 views. When did humans start one? Why did humans start one? Like, the ideas you're doing is in this wall of like copycats, and you're just landing on the slop page of YouTube, right? None of your ideas are research backed. Your ideas are in a red ocean, and that's not what you want. Your ideas, if you do the copycat method, right, in a red ocean, and you wonder why you never get views. Well, because you're doing what everyone else is doing. Any strategy where you have to do exactly what everyone else is doing is probably a failed strategy, because, like, unfortunately, as harsh it is to say this, everybody can't win at a given time. So what we do instead, how we're going to execute this strategy, and what we do on our own multiple 4 to 5 figure channels. If you scroll down on the channel you're watching this video on right now, you've seen we've blown up channels over and over and over again. And what we do for all these channels is that we never do the copycat method, okay? Here's what we do. We've got 5 to 10 sister channels links. So let's say all these channels have already been shared with you guys in the niche, kind of niche that we want to get into, right? I would copy them, okay? I'd go to generosity. This is where I would grab the data. I would paste one. I would get 10. And I would repeat this cycle for as much sister niches as possible. I'm talking about niches that are somewhat similar to each other. Faceless niches, that revolves around what we want to do. So I'm just going to quickly do this right now. So just add as much as you can. So you can basically use these channels right here. As you can see, boom, boom, boom. Here's another one. So you take as much of these as you can. 5 to 10 is the best range. Now, what we're going to do with all this data is we're going to fetch it, all right? But this time, we're going to apply a blue ocean use strategy, okay? So I'm going to show you exactly what that is. But now that that thing is loading in the background, let me explain it to you, okay? So we'll go to channel recipe. We're going to put the full data transcript, okay? And now we're going to grab the blue ocean prompt. Now, what the blue ocean prompt does is it's going to analyze those video ideas, those channels. It's going to analyze these audiences to understand why they're watching it in the first place. After it's done its analysis, it's going to go over to YouTube and research All right. Research other angles. Research angles that the same audience is watching. Research whatever else they're watching, right? That is not already being copied, right? So it's going to find untapped gaps for you, right? Because it's not that it's saturated. It's just that the particular idea and format saturates. Audience fatigue is real. So he finds you untapped gaps where he can build niches out of it. This is what I guess they call it niche bending now. All right. So you're taking the format and you're finding what else there could possibly watch. And you're being the first person to bridge this gap. So you're bridging the gap, which is why, because first mover's advantage, right? If you're first mover, you get a lot of views, right? So you bridge this gap. And because you bridge this gap, that's when you get yourself a blue ocean niche. So that's the strategy, right? And we're going to go ahead and execute that. So let's see if it's done now. As you can see, it's done. It's gotten all the channels, put it in one big beta circle like this. So now let's download the JSON. Let's come back here. This time, obviously, we're going to open any chat. So let's open completely chat, drag in the channel data that we just downloaded, come back to channel recipe, click tools, click resources. This is completely free. Download this prompt. Consider it as my gift to you. Come here and put that prompt here. Now, what you're going to go ahead and do is just click enter, right? Another thing we can also do is we can add something. So we can say something like, hey, Claude, I also want you to find those untapped gaps, but also give me product ideas I can sell on them. Like digital product ideas that I can sell for around $5 for the niches that you're going to find me that are already untapped. So we're going to say something like this. I'll just remove this. Now, all the data, all the channel data I add in here, and now it's going to go ahead and find me those blue ocean niches. Boom. Now we go ahead and wait, and we're going to see the difference in results and what's going to happen when we start doing market research. Because most of you guys don't even do market research. You execute ideas without searching it on YouTube, right? If you search this idea, right, and you've seen all these red flags, because these are red flags. Most people won't even try to see if it's been done before. They won't even try to see if they have done it before and it didn't really perform. They instantly make your video and it just falls into the slop category. And why would YouTube ever recommend your video when you've fallen into the slop category? So now let's go ahead and wait. I'm going to show you the difference in strategy. So this is ideation and niche research. And this is where you carve out what you're going to build your own niche around and how you're going to sell your own products, right? Obviously, strategies are very important. So this is the top level strategy. And after this, we're going to go into actually making the videos, how you can set up your channels and all of that. So you can start posting today. Okay, so it's finally done. And as you can see, let's go through it. Now, please do not skim through the output I gives you. This is where the moat is. This is the moat. If you should read this, understand it, and know how to approach your ideation, this is what's going to set you apart from other people. I'm just going to skim through it because this is a tutorial. But as you can see, it's understood the engine, what's actually driving these channels, hidden system that lets approve interest on their person, should have cracked work or self-improvement, blah, blah, blah. Now this is also important, live hunger map. So it's essentially telling you what part of the ideation spectrum is, being saturated based on actual research. So it's actually the research for these things and what formats are like undersupplied. So as you can see, boring business is saturated in written form. So this is nothing to do with YouTube very much. Japanese money is a proven vein with one specific underexploited method. Kakebo it's generally trending uncritically. Kakebo and Nation tablets are really selling for you're on Gumroad. So it's found using other kinds of trends, like turbo trends, and like actually searching YouTube articles and find you what people are like buzzing about, right? So the emotional core is money anxiety and it's brutal. So it's found some studies here supporting what's driving people actually watching these videos. How now it's found like undersupplied agents, adjacencies, like repeatedly, such as senior health, mind-waving issues. And these are the action niches that have incredibly high CPMs and RPMs, as you can see right here. So it's given us some blue ocean niches, as you can see. So this is a blue ocean news number one. Foreign money systems, culture money. I'm not going to read through everything. Barring business vault, boom, boom. It's a chance. It's giving you the idea of what you can sell right here. The 30-day money mindset reset. Boom. So now, as you can see, it's not giving us videos that we can actually make. This is where you carve out your niche. So let's say you wanted to do the Kakeko method. It's giving you an idea number one, how Japanese families save on almost nothing, right? So can you understand what it just did there? It combined this Japanese kind of format, took something from Alicia, took something from David explaining money, from Make Invest, have formatted it, have combined it together based on the research, by the way, and now found those how Japanese families save on almost something. Right? So this is a Florence system revealed. It's going to work for both Japanese audiences and it's also going to work for US audiences, right? So this is another money idea, the German money guru that keeps an entire country out of debt. 20 boring businesses, blah, 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 blah. As you can see, right, it's giving you all these video ideas. One person businesses that quietly make 10K a month. As you can see, this is very research backed. Like if you search one person business, right, it's been blown up on YouTube. And this is all, as you can see, this guy kind of takes the top feed, which is very interesting because of how he named his channel. But one person kind of video ideas have been popping off insanely good. And no one is doing it yet in this kind of format. No one is doing it in this kind of explainer format. Only people that are big personal brands are talking about it. So this is really good right here. And each of these can be their own niche as well. That's all you talk about because each of these can be one particular person, right? Boring business is just offering fun. So whichever one you think looks pretty good, all you have to go ahead and do is just say something like, actually like this niche. So do you think we can carve out a full niche from it? If we can, give me 30 more of the ideas that I can make. That's if there's enough demand to turn it into an actual niche. So if you say something like this, and you take this right here, and you paste it like this, now Claude's going to analyze it, and it's going to give you more video ideas. That's if you can carve a full niche out of it. That's if you have enough video ideas. Now, as you can see right here, now let me show you what happens when you do the research. If you take video ideas from here, a one person businesses, 20 burning businesses. So we can take something like this, search it on YouTube, and let's see if we see a lot of fast club channels. As you can see, it's not even here, right? It's not even here at all. So it's not been done. This idea has not been saturated. We know that one person business on its own gets views. So if it's a one person business, 5 boring profitable, why one person companies are the future of work. So related ideas are popping up so much. As you can see, 7 simple blah, blah, blah. Related ideas are popping up so much, but no one's quite yet combined it with something like this, right? So this is how you come up with actually blue ocean niche ideas. Play around with this prompt. Guys, use your creativity. That's how you set yourself apart. If you just assume and depend on everything to be completely copy paste, that means everyone else is going to be copying and pasting, which means you're not going to have an edge. And if everyone's competing for the same exact thing, nobody wins. But if you spend time here, use your creativity, play around, ask more questions, and settle on something that's a really good idea that you like, that's how you make something for yourself. And you kind of make something like Make Invest, and then someone else tries to copy you word for word, which makes you the monopoly, and then they don't end up replicating your success. So now that we've gotten the video ideation strategy, now we need to make the videos, right? So, but actually search the idea on YouTube, like I just did. Did it flight line or did it get views? Is there fresh demand? Film it. Verify your ideas before you make them, okay? Then you can ideate your first 30 days on your optimum slave, like I just said. Then you can carve out your lane, whether you want to do the money as angle, whether you want to do health angle, habits angle, right? All that can be decided from that prompt. Now, the next stage is volume and to start posting. If you start posting, you don't even need to wait to get monetized before you can earn. So you could go something like Gumroad right here, essentially, and make your ebook, right? Remember, you make your ebook, but what I will say is in the middle of the video, so every 5 minutes of your video, let's say your video is 12 minutes long, and say a video is 12 minutes long, and this is 0, 5, 10, 12. Let's say your video is 12 minutes long. You're going to put a CTA here. This is what we do, by the way. So we're going to say something like, and by the way, if you want a proven like template or ebook on how to do this thing, right? Go ahead and buy our ebook, right? So you can do this with scripting. I'm going to show you how to do this in a second. So all you have to do now is to make the video. So come over back to channel recipe right here. Go to new video, go to recipe, go to animated explainer, and choose the title that you do want to make. So let's say we wanted to make this video title right here. Let's say we wanted to make one-person businesses that quietly make 10K a month. So we'd go ahead and write that right here. Boom. Well, now we'll make our scripts. Now, I don't recommend making a script yet if you're going for this specific strategy. So I would come to Claude and say something like, hey, Claude, I really like this idea. Can you do the research and write me the script for this video idea in the format of a winning script based on what you now know? So we're going to paste the idea here, and this will make Claude write a script, right? Because it has all the data about scripts that win. Remember, we pasted it all the data so it knows how to make your winning script. This is going to make your script. Once you've gotten that script, go ahead and put it here. So I'm going to assume we're going to wait for this to research and finish its thing. We're going to do a quick answer for this. Obviously, you don't want to cancel it, but this tutorial is getting quite long now. So I just want to show you what you want to do. All right, now, next all I have to do is to get a thumbnail done. So you can go ahead and upload a reference image. So let's use this as an example right now. So let's take this. The reason we see using the thumbnail style is because the thumbnail style is proven to work. It's gotten a lot of views. You don't really want to try to invent some styles from scratch. So we can just click this and generate some new thumbnails for this idea. So as you can see, it's gotten some ideas. Obviously, you don't want to become Nick. So you can prompt some ideas if you want the character to look differently here. So you can give it some custom style instructions. But I'm just going to go ahead and continue with this idea. Now, you can choose between Pro or Standard. And I didn't choose Pro here. But you can choose Standard. Standard's perfectly fine as well. Now we're going to go ahead and make the video. So all we have to do is click cook. Now we're going to wait for our very finished video. Most people think building a six-figure business requires a and we have our video about 10 minutes later. So here we go. Most people think building a six-figure business requires a massive team and venture capital. In reality, thousands of solo entrepreneurs are quietly clearing $10,000 a month from a single laptop. The first model is the curated newsletter. Take the newsletter Morning Brew. It started as a side hustle for two college students. They simplified complex financial news into a punchy daily email. Today, that newsletter was acquired for $75 million. You dot. And that's how you would make these videos. That's just this your description. It's giving your tags. You should also put this as your channel tags. I'll also help to up the YouTube algorithm for the audience. And this is the thumbnail that you would use. Now, post every single day if you can, because as long as you're confirming your ideas on YouTube that your ideas are not saturated, all you need to feed YouTube is volume. Okay. That's all that's left. Your YouTube still needs to find your audience, right? Now, we've done that by doing strategy research and actually research on the internet what people would want. But now you need volume on YouTube. So post every single day, at least for the first 30 days before you judge the strategy. And also, obviously, set up your GOM road, like I said right here, and make sure to put your CTAs in place. You can ask Claude, it's very easy if you want to know how to put CPAs. So you can tell it about the digital product when you're building, and you can just tell Claude to give you to when it writes your script, as you can see right here, you can say, Claude, put a CTA every 4 minutes and that goes to the digital product. That way you're set up to be making money before YouTube actually monetizes you. If you like this strategy, if you want me to cover anything else, this is one of the strategies we run, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Also, comment down below.